I'll hear a warm welcome to my craft room. Well, looky. It's a stash pull-out of big styes. Can you believe it? And the project I'm doing, it's for my grandson Hunter, for his 4 teachers. He's 4 years old, and he has 26, I think, little children in his classroom. And I told his mom that I would do the teacher bags for him to take. She could fill the bags and I would make the bags, the little treat bags for his teachers. So that's what we're going to do. And then, yeah, gold dust falling from the sky. That's why I was cleaning. Yeah, right. I haven't touched these in so long. It was actually wonderful to get them dusted. Look at me there. So that's what we're doing. You know, I'm not shopping for 3 months outside my craft room. It's totally stash shopping. I have to admit, it's a ton of fun. It really is a lot of fun. It's just as exciting as going to the store, actually, because you're using things that you haven't touched or seen. In my case, right? So let's get going. Yeah, let's get on to this project. This is a big sty that actually makes this cute little briefcase. Isn't this adorable? I did this briefcase for inside of a book I did, an album. And I just hauled it out and thought I'd show you. That one die makes that suitcase. It's adorable if you're doing anything shabby chic or vintage. Now, these bags that I bought were from Michael's, you know, the white bags. And then I had the Recollections Union Square 12 by 12 paper, and also this 12 by 12 paper by Lost and Found, and it's called Ruby. Perfect. And did I mention it's Valentine bags? Yeah, Valentine bags. So that's why I had to hurry and get this up. I tell you what, these 4 bags, and you know I did each side, so it's 8. They're 5 by 7, so it's like doing 8 5 by 7 cards, actually, when you're decorating it. And look at these lovely papers. Oh, I'm telling you, I don't know why I don't go and use some of my 12 by 12 sheets, because, you know, back when I began this journey, I was like paper crazy. I would buy, yeah, 6 by 6, 8 by 8, 12 by 12, quite a few. And, you know, that's, I think, the beginning stage of when you start to create cards. Back in the day, mine is 6 years ago, and look at, yes, so much to choose from. Yeah. And I cut the bags down so that they measured, they were 5 inches across, and then I cut them to 7 inches so that I knew I was working with 5 by 7 for cutting all the pages down to put on it. And I think you are really going to love this, not only for Valentine's Day, or treat bags for school, or whatever it is. It would be fantastic for birthdays, and to put treats in for children's parties, and for surprise bags to go along with your card. I mean, anything, isn't it? So here we go. I'm going to measure it off, and I'm telling you what, it was 19 hours I think I worked on this project total. And you know me with editing, it's so hard for me to bring it down to a reasonable time. I know it's pretty close to 2 hours. I'm on my way up. Yeah, I used to worry about putting 29 minutes of a video up. Oh, my shattered nerves. Now I'm trying to keep it under 2 hours. There you go. Look what happens in 6 years, right? Yes, you just... You're just not, you realize in 6 years there's a fast forward button. I think that's what it is. When I first started and I first started editing, and you know, I didn't know anything with lighting and cameras and everything else that goes along with it. I was afraid of editing because I didn't know it. You don't like what you don't know, right? So here, let's get back to the video, because we're going to spend a lot of time together. And yeah, so I'm cutting down these pages. I'm keeping in mind that it is for the Valentine's Day school teachers for our grandson Hunter. And I think you're really going to like this, and I'll tell you why. You can make 5 by 7 cards. You don't have to do the bags. This will show you. Look at this. Oh yeah, stash hunting. That's LDRS Creative papers, the 6x6 papers. LDRS, I use a lot of the dies, I think, in this, a few of them anyway. And here's some of my heart stash that I have not touched. I haven't touched that one or this one, but I think I've used that one. And yeah, I don't even think I've used these three in all my tutorials. I know I haven't used that heart with the middle section not in it, but that's a Valentine stamp, if you can believe that. And then if you find you have nothing to do one day, take out your, you know, my dollar store where nothing's a dollar. I get these lunch baggies, and then you can just cut out all kinds of tag sizes. So you have them on hand. You have all different colors. And here, I didn't use these, but I did find them in my stash. They're little envelopes. And you know, you could use these. I'm even keeping that. I was thinking to myself about this hoarding thing. Now, let me explain the difference between a hoarder, in my eyes, this is my own opinion here, a hoarder and a stasher. Yes, I'm calling myself, look at all those wonderful colors of all these size tags. They're ready and accessible. 5x7 bag. I'm going to tell the story. I'm just showing you how I picked this out. I'm going to distress, as you can see. I'm going to do them from bright and colorful to all the way down to the vintage. You know I have to throw a vintage in there. I will use my ATG gun, but my hot glue gun is right by my side. So if I think it's not going, yeah, rip it up. I love it when I look at the edit. Okay, let's do another bag. Oh, don't forget, if your hot glue gun is sitting there, look how yellow this is. I must have had this sitting for 6 days. I don't know, that's pretty yellow. But a couple of hours will burn your glue at the point. And look at these gargantuous sticks. That's why I pulled out, this is a non-detail gun. I pulled it out because I'm going to use a lot of the glue sticks. And I had this great big bag full of these great big ones. And now you know I have quite a few glue guns. So I used the big nozzle one. And isn't this gorgeous? Look at this paper. That's LDRS Creative. I can tell right away. Love the papers there. And red and white polka dots. I mean, wowee. That's bright. And then glitter paper. That gets rid of some of my glitter. Look at that. Yeah. Halfway through the tutorial, I figured out, Carol, you can cut them in half. You know, you don't have to keep hitting yourself in the face with it every time you're using it. Just cut it off. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking there. But I do use the ATG, and I use the glue over top because I don't, you know me, I don't want nothing happening to this. And especially because they're going to be filled with treats and chocolates and all kinds of good stuff, I imagine. I know my daughter-in-law will do that. And yeah, and when you're doing this, keep the bag open and closed as you're doing it, because sometimes like this, it didn't stick. I don't know why. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, here we go. Let me just tell you this. I had it on cold. This is a hot and a cold glue gun, and I never use the cold, you know, part of it. I never access the cold. So I'm thinking, oh, I must have wanted to look at an email. I apologize. That was rather rude. Leave that in the edit. And here's some of that flour. Remember this? Oh, I got this at Hobby Lobby. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I can't see that sticker up there. But yeah, it's those little round flowers. Oh, beauteous. And black and red and white. It's beautiful, isn't it? Love it. Hello. I don't know what I'm doing there. Maybe I'm chatting to myself with the top of the bag. I don't know. But let me go on while I'm doing this. I'm just cutting out different sections. I wanted to make sure the front coincided with the back, of course. At least match the colors up, right? Of the video, I had to really fast forward to get it in there. We would have been here for a day and a half together. But let me get on with the stashers and the hoarders. Hoarders, I find, nothing's organized. They hoard. They pile, 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 pile. Now, I have seen some craft tutorial videos where craft rooms, you know, where they do the before and after, and it was piled up. But if you are, let's say, just reasonably organized, that's where I fall into line. I try to be organized, but not off the wall organized. just so that it looks clean and I know where things are. How's that? And so stashers, you can find your stuff generally. You know which vicinity of your craft room it's in anyway, right? But a hoarder, they have the compulsion to just hoard for the sake of having things. And I'm not that way. I do have a lot of supplies, yes. And I do buy in twos, yes. But I have used a lot of the second portion, and then if I buy in twos, I end up using the one and being able to have the other one, if it's a good sale, of course. And here on this paper, I want to stop right here. I'm picking out some more papers. I tore out a lot. Oh, you should have seen. You know I always say this. I have stuff everywhere. And because I don't want to keep getting up to find new things unless, I have to. But so here I go. I love the fact that this paper had love on it. This is an LDRS creative die. I will leave the links to the LDRS because I know where, they're recent. These are recent dies and it's beautiful. And now that I'm talking about LDRS, Angie Hunt, the owner, her mom passed away a few days ago. So I would ask for prayer for Angie and her family at this time. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to use a few, dies from LDRS and papers. They're absolutely wonderful. So here we go with the glue gun. Yeah, watch your fingers. Oh, I think I did get a good burn. That's why I have this pink doodad out. Because, once you get burned, you do, for a little while, grab hold of something to help you until, you get tired of that. I found some of this fantastic diamonds. Oh yeah, glitter. You have to put this. And I found these 4 lips attached to clothes pegs. I mean, crazy. They must have came from my dollar store. I think it's $1. Or Michael's, really cheap. Because I generally don't buy stuff like that, But good thing I had it in my stash. Yahoo! Goes right along with the theme. And yeah. I always leave a little bit over the sides so that I can cut it off. Yeah, very easy to cut out. Isn't that die wonderful? And I love the way you cattywonkus the pattern, on the fold there. And make sure you fold it and then fold it down so you don't put your bling bling on the crease. Yeah, that's what I did. And then I'm going to put a little bling on the clothes peg to match. That way you can, put it on either side and it's going to look beauteous. Yes. So let's get back to our stashing and our hoarding. Yes. I know I hear a lot of people say that they hoard things, but from watching hoarding tutorials, I've watched a few, not many, gives me too much anxiety. I'm putting 2 layers on this so that it's completely covered. Yeah, it's just like, it doesn't take much to, especially if you're crafting, if you don't clean up right away. I find that it doesn't take long before you get overwhelmed. I do. I just get overwhelmed. So I take that half hour, whatever it is, to put the things back because, and I want to apologize for not getting this tutorial up sooner, because if you're going to make something like this for your children or grandchildren, for their teachers or whatever, I wanted to have it up before February 14th. Yeah, it's just that something just came along. We're having an ice storm right now. I mean, a real ice storm. And so I didn't get to do this in the morning because what's with that cuz? Look at this. I get to use some of my 5 million yards of beautiful trim. Remember I went on that thing where I was doing lace albums? I'll put a tutorial up if you'd like to see. I made 2 of them, I think, that I can remember. 2 really, 1 giveaway, and I really liked that giveaway. And I had some craft friends help me out with that one. I did 4 pages, I think, and then 3 of my friends or 4 of my friends did a page and mailed it to me, and we gave it away. And then I did a sewing album for my friend. So that was nice. Yeah. Do you ever realize you do that too? And look at it, has the love. And this is going to be my vintage treat bag. Yes. and just putting a little bit of hot glue on there. I got out some of my little trims. I did use that trim. And you know, another thing I got out from LDRS Creative Die was the pinwheel die that makes those beautiful flowered pinwheels. I thought just put one inside the bag, sticking out to match the patterns on the bag would be fantabulous. I really like that idea. And now I'm going to cut this out. I'm just going to cut it out. It's glitter. It's red and gold. You can see the gold just slightly around the edge of this, what I'm cutting, the tag type thing. And yeah, so I do incorporate gold into these bags. Yes, I do. You know, I try to. And then I reached behind me and I grabbed some, yes, look at the corrugated board from my dishes. When I bought some dishes a long time ago, these were in between the plates and I kept them, of course. Yeah, so I guess that's all I have to say about hoarding and stashing. Just when I say stash, I just think of a lot of products in a craft room. When I think of hoarding, I think of just overwhelmingly packed room. Yeah, that's what I think of. So that's my 2 cents. Come on, get it stuck down there. You want to make sure you have a lot of glue to get that piece of paper on the corrugated part. And isn't that sweet? Oh, I really do. And I hate to say this, but I love it. Even though I'm reading the word love, I love it. I was just watching a tutorial. I was having a little rest. Decided to watch a lace book tutorial with my friend Debbie. Debbie, I'm not sure how you pronounce your last name. Bignon? I can't think of how you pronounce your name, Deb. I'm so sorry. But she does lace albums and all kinds of projects. She watches my tutorials. Hi, Debbie. And her tutorial came up from 2016, and I just had a blast watching her create. So I'll give a shout out hello to you, Debbie. And here we go. Yeah, this is where you start picking out all the hot glue. And here's the back. We're going to create something here on the back. I think I'm going to do this lace, yes, to match the front. I love shopping. When I get in these moods to just shop in my stash, I really do enjoy it. And while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to use black and white tissue paper inside these bags, these treat bags. So, you know, in this one I'll just use black because I am using this cream, beautiful trim. I've been looking around at my laces, and I'm just putting up a unit in one of my spare rooms to put all of my laces in because I was storing them. Remember back a couple of years ago, I was buying wedding dresses, cutting them up to use the beautiful trims and things, and I was really into making lace albums. Okay, let me stop there, and I'm going to show you. I opened these up. I have about 6 of them sitting in my bookshelf there, and I thought, oh, looky, looky. This is that stuff that you open up and it poofs all out. And then I found these cards that have the matching shaker elements to them. I managed to match up 2. I just have to, I know I put the other 2 in a small trunk I have here, so I put them on top, the round circle one and the square. I do have that somewhere, yes, in my stash. And so that was fun. Yeah, and then I wanted to look in this. This was a just leftover stuff that I used a little pieces of it, and I thought, you know, look at that gold. I love that gold sequin trim. I used that. I did use... I don't know, I went looking around for something to match that, I think. I don't know why I kept that in the edit. Sometimes I wonder why my videos are so long. This is why. We're just staring at that box. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going down in there. Yeah, one thing. I just grabbed one thing at it, but that's okay. I just, yeah. See how I work myself into a 6 by 6 inch space? I slowly, everything creeps in on me till I have nowhere to work, and then I just have to swoosh it all out of my way. Yes, swoosh it. So here we go. You know what I think of here? A candy striper. Remember the hospitals had candy stripers years ago? I never was a candy striper, but Yeah, I just think of that. As soon as I see that, they had those little tunics of the striped uniform on with the, oh, I just, we could only go back, you know. I really do love the days of simplicity. And, you know, when you walk into a hospital, a nurse looks like a nurse, the doctor looks like a doctor, and you have these little helper elves in pink and white striped uniforms, you know. Like this, today you go in a hospital, I can't tell who's who. I mean, yeah, I love the white uniforms, the little white cap. The black around the cap, or the white or the red, tells you how far you've been educated in the nursing career by the little stripe around the cap. I just love those days. I think it was professional, clean, and I'm not going to go there. Yes, just let's stop right there. I just, that's all I'm going to say about that subject. Even though we have a lot of time, I'll leave it at that. And candy stripers, I just had so much respect for them coming in and just helping, just being a good help. So let's move along. Doesn't this paper match beautifully with the doilies? Even though it's like gray and cream, it just struck me as a wonderful match. So what you have is you have the creases to work with, so you have to cut out your crease size. You think that when you're looking at this, you would cut out all of one size and all of the other, but I don't create like that. I have to create one at a time, one side at a time, get the stuff for that. See how I grab something and I'm thinking, okay, what can I use with that? And should I keep this out or should I put it back? And so many things go through my head when I'm creating, and that's why it takes me so long. I have to sort my brain out when I'm creating. It's not like, I don't know. I just have to envision it in, oh, my shattered nerves. Have a vision of it as we go. Yes, not at the beginning, but as we go. See? Yeah, I didn't think, okay, that's going to go there. I didn't even know I had this in my stash. So, yeah, let's have some Coca-Cola. That'll refresh my mind. That gives my mind a good super sugar bush, a sugar boost. Oh, excuse me, I'm just going to have a drink of my Coca-Cola sitting right here. Whoa, there you go. I feel better already. So here we go. Put some glue up there. I started having a lot of fun because this is a 5x7 card. You could do a card. You don't have to do a treat bag. You could make this into a card if you like. And I was going to match cards, A2 size cards with the bags. But I thought if I don't get this tutorial up, it will not get out before, I've been working on this project for 2 weeks. You know, a few hours a day for a couple of weeks. So it's not like I just started it yesterday. I have been working on it, but, you know, I have a lot of things that keep me busy other than having, you know, to spend wonderful time in my craft room. So here you go. Look at that. Yes, you can tell how many days I am by nail polish changes and clothing. Yeah, it's like a hand fashion show. I don't know. A hand fashion coordinated. I think I mentioned this before, but my friend from Texas there, she said to me, well, I always get what color nail polish or whatever like that, but about my sleeves, you know. And I made a joke that, you know, I could buy, if I see at the thrift store, well, I don't thrift store anymore, but I haven't for at least a year, or consignment stores, I have enough. I'm done with that. And, oh yes, let me stop right there. I'll tell you the sleeve story as we go along. I wanted to incorporate this necklace that I had in my beading stash. Oh yes, a beading stash, a lace stash, a card stash, oh, a painting stash, a calligraphy stash. Yes, when you collect all these things and you like to do more than just make cards, you end up with quite a few stash spots in your craft room, don't you? So here you go. I'm just thinking to myself, okay, how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to, I found this, yeah, see, I'm jumping all over the place. I found this little frame. Now, the outside of the frame with the frills on it there, that has music notes on it. And so does the back of the inside square there. It has two sides to it. One is the matching musical notes. And you can tell that I struggle with what, which card I'm going to put it on. But I do put it on the pink because I found it terribly soft. Not terribly, it's wonderfully soft. Look to it. It just matched, even though it was white. Most of that cardstock is white. Oh, here we go. I'm going to do a shaker. Yes, so I got out my inexpensive acetate. This is about 150 sheets of this acetate. I'm not sure how much, but I, through time, realized that I can buy page protectors that are 10 times as thick as that acetate. I'm going to show it to you here. I thought, you know what? This is nice to know when you go into your stationery store. There's acetate, and they're not, obviously one is more expensive than the other, but I love to use this thinner acetate on projects like this because, it's going out to teach. You see how flimsy, it's kind of flimsy, but not, it's not like having a dye you get with that really flimsy acetate that it comes in. But here's the page protectors I get at my stationery store. I'm showing you how flexible it is. Now, page protectors, this is 100 from Beatty's Basics if you're from Canada, and it's clear binding covers. I'm trying to get, my face is almost right up to my computer. 100 page protectors. Now look how thick this is. These are wonderful. It has kind of like that grayed out blue look. It doesn't have the shine as much as the more inexpensive acetate that you buy. So yeah, and always remember, Carrie, you can see yourself in the screen if there's anything shiny there. Yeah, hello. So yeah, I wanted to show you that because if you make a lot of projects with shakers, these page protector covers are fantastic. And look how much, each of them have 100. Now I know why I did that. I wanted to show you how thick they were because that one has 100, probably 90. I probably used 10 out of it. And the other thicker one, look, it's double the thickness because the acetate is so thick. I hope you understood that, One is just thicker than the other and really nice to use. And so let's just go with that. So I cut out a piece. You can't even see it there with the inexpensive acetate. Then I'm going to cut it around the inside here so it fits. I think I might even go around all of the frills. I don't know. It depends on what kind of mood I was in. If I wanted to dilly-dally with the details of it, I probably did. You know me with details. I love to torture myself and just add all kinds of little doodads to everything because it's fun. That's the only reason I do it. It's just fun, and it's very creative for my mind to think outside the box. When my mind goes to sleep, I like to wake it up thinking of, okay, what can I do with this? What can I do with that? And yeah, for those of you that like details, you totally understand where I'm coming from there. The reason I did the shaker on this, I do two shakers actually, two different teacher bags have shakers. I actually remembered, I'm showing my other friend, Debbie, the one that sends me things. She's so sweet. She's from Myrtle Beach. My Myrtle Beach Debbie, I'm showing her we're FaceTiming here, and I'm showing her, look at Debbie, I actually forgot I had all of these sequins. I'm always going to my bag sequins. When I bought these containers over at, a Tuesday morning, I found these at Tuesday morning maybe a year ago. And yeah, look at all the little round metal containers in there. I was so excited, but I didn't use, did I use yes I did. I ended up using the pink and the opal sequins, but I was so excited. If you can't see it, if I can't see it, I'm not going to blame you for my downfalls here. If I can't see it, I forget I have it. It just becomes hidden. Yeah, and look at that. I love the musical notes on this. I changed my mind. I thought, no, I'm going to do the musical notes. And you can see that I do the ATG. And that is a new thing for me in the last couple of months. You know, I used to use runners. And they're expensive when you have to buy those babies to use the little runners. You know, you get 6 inches and then you're finished. Where with the ATG gun, at least I get a couple of feet out of it. Yeah, I'm just exaggerating, but you get my drift. So here we go. I set that aside and then I go back and grab them again. You know, I put them away, I take them out. I put them away, I take them out. You never know. And look at, there's the bright pink. It's so nice to use them. Yeah. What am I doing here? Oh, really, Carol? Really? You're separating one of the sequins. What? What am I doing there? It doesn't seem right. Look at me. Like you're going to tell if one was stuck to the other. Oh my. This is super duper funny. I didn't even realize I do that. I'm going to have to watch it now. I mean, who cares? If they're all stuck together, just put some more in there, right? Oh, yeah. So here we go. I wanted to make sure you could see the musical notes. That's why I didn't put a billion in there. So that's probably why I separated them, to make sure I got everything out of the sequence, you know. Instead of having 9, now I'll have 10 that you can see. Oh my, that was crazy. I'm here just looking at this tutorial just as you, and this is, oh yeah, this is gray and black. Beauteous. It matches that, the diamondy thing up there, the pearl diamond and black. I don't know, is it onyx? I don't know what that color black, what that is. I always think of black Alaskan diamonds, you know. And my mom got me, when I turned 16, a black Alaskan diamond ring, and I just cherish it. So here we go. Let's get the, yeah. And I'm using the Doris, see on the back there, the Doris liners, the double-sided. Instead of using the Scotch roll, these are super, super duper thin. And I thought I left that in the edit to show you what they look like in the Doris packages. I must have not, must have taken that out. But I do go around it with my powder there, my embossing powder, around the acetate and the sticky part of the tape, because it just helps the whatever gut pieces you have in there to move around. It doesn't have as much static. I'm just trying to take the static out of there. And isn't that sweet? I really do love making these goodie bags. I'm going to have to do this more often. And there you go. I'm looking at the front. I'm looking at the back. Yes, real excited. Shake it up, Carol. Yes. See if those two that you undid, untied, undone, whatever it is, that it's working. Now I'm going back to this. This is what I do. I never stick to the one bag. I'm always like jumping here, jumping there. What can I do with this? What can I do with that? Do I want to fold it over? No, that wasn't a good thing. It's only 5 by 7. And then right in front of me, I had these dots. And the pink there, I don't even think I kept that in. It was just a little off. It was an off pink. Yeah, I'm going, no, that's not going to work. But I did keep the black one on there. Just let go of it, Carol. Yeah, just get it off there. And I do. When you look at the pictures, you'll see that. Now, I'm showing you there because if you have a paper that has a script behind it, as this does, because you have the stripes that are very overwhelming when you look at the stripes, you have to remember there's script in the background on that beige part. So you want to get your paper right side up when you glue it down, the stripe paper. That's what I was showing you there, so super quick. And to quickly cut it out here, I knew I was, you know, working with stripes. I could pretty well cut it with the scissors here. So that's what I did. I cut it down. I'm really surprised. Oh, yeah, see? I put the lid on. Remember? Oh, and then I have these heart baggies I got at the dollar store when nothing's $1 too. So I wanted to show you that in case you're thinking of putting treats in for all the children that your children or your grandchildren are going to bring on Valentine's Day. You could use just those little baggies. So here we go. Yeah, look at this. I looked over in my stash right in front of me, and I saw this Beatty's Basic glue that I had right there. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to use some of that up because it's been sitting there. And I find if you don't use your runners, tape runners in a long time, they do dry up. They do. Trust me on that. Mine do anyway. Maybe yours don't, but the less expensive brand. But you know what? That was $3.99. I had an emergency. I needed to have a tape runner. And I saw it there. And it was, I don't know, 50 cents off. And I thought, I need tape runners just to put, you know, in my stash. So, yeah, I'm looking at, okay, what am I going to do here? Making sure I match up the background. Both of them have a print on the background. That's what I'm trying to spit out there for you. And you can tell I must have burnt my hand again. So I'm using my little thingy dingy. Yes. So here we go. I didn't have enough of that paper, I don't think. Or did I? Yeah, if I go the other way, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, yes. I love the fact that that said pretty. I got to use that. It was perfect. I mean, perfect. And I love the fact that if you distress it, you know, you take away the angle of it. It's not exact. So that was kind of cool. Actually, it was kind of pretty. Look at that. Just love it. I had a lot of fun doing these bags. Yes, I'm glad there was just 4 of them though. Yeah, just 4 I had to do. And here we go. What's nice about doing stash instead of store is you get to not only use up what you have, but there's those great, look how long they are. I have 24 of them, but I did cut this one. I know I did before I even see, yeah, bloop. Now I have 2, and it's not sticking out and getting in my way. So anyway, what was I just saying? Yes, you get to use your stuff. And buttons. Remember I said I want to incorporate more of my button stash? And I did on this. And what it reminded me was reds are hard to match. Isn't it? Like you couldn't buy, well I'm not, but red tissue paper, right? You couldn't match it up with your papers. There's so many reds. So here we go. See the dye, the pink dye there from LDRS? This makes the accordion. Now 4 of these accordion dyes if you cut them, but I sat and cut a ton of these out, yes. I did a lot of die cutting, so that I could put some away and use it later. But I wanted to match each pinwheel flower with the design in the pinwheel, or I'm sorry, in the teacher bag, yes. So they're quite easy. And one thing I will tell you, just a little bit of FYI here, is you don't want to use a real thick paper when you're doing this accordion. And the 12 by 12 papers from Michaels, these ones here that I bought, the Lost and Found and the Recollections, it's thick paper and it ends up cutting at the crease. So you want to be very careful. Here I'm putting it together, and be careful on this too. This is like a careful tutorial. You want to get your fingers out of the way, and then whatever you're going, yeah, this was a good thing, wasn't it? And it has the nice holes on the end of this. You can see it right there. And I love the double-sided pattern. This is LDRS Creative paper I'm using here with the double-sided pattern. And I'm trying to think here. The other paper isn't. So here we go. I'm going to separate I want to find all my heart buttons, small heart buttons, and I want to get pink. Because I put my pink in with the red. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, see that if it was kind of like toned toward the red, I put them all together. And I got 12 or 14 of these glass button holders, or whatever these are, with the glass lids. I got 12 of them they're 50 cents each, I'm pretty sure, at the thrift store a few years ago. So that was a nice find, because it's easy just to spit them all out all over your table and pick out some nice buttons. And I did say I wanted to use my button stash, so there we go. You will find a few of the buttons in this tutorial. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It really was. Like, I don't know, something about going and looking at what, what you bought back in the day and the reasoning behind it when you were standing there for hours thinking about what you were going to get, and why you were going to use this. And, you just watched a tutorial and the tutorial was fantastic. So you had to buy everything that the person in the tutorial was using, whether you're going to use it or not. It just, spur of the moment thing. So here we go. Spent an hour or two today. I needed some rest today, so I was resting this morning. I was watching my friend Debbie Vignola. I think your last name is Deb. Excuse me, I apologize if I didn't pronounce it right. But she was doing a little mini book. It was a double flip mini book. I'm going to leave the link for Debbie's. It's from 2016 when Debbie did this, and I thoroughly enjoyed watching it. I just learned so much from everybody when I have the time to watch other tutorials. And I want to thank everybody that puts tutorials out there. I know the work that goes into it. And I remember, like Debbie said, I don't know if Debbie edits now or does voiceovers. I'm not too sure. I'll have to check with her. She does watch my tutorials. And she said, oh, I might have to learn to edit. And I remember when I didn't know how to edit. Not that I'm a big, I'm really great at it. But, at least now, it would be terrible to put a 19-hour video up if you didn't know how to edit, wouldn't it? But, yeah, I remember those days. And Debbie mentioned that, she'd like to learn to edit. It's not that hard, Deb. So I'm going to encourage you to not let it get to you, in time. If I can do it, what I'm saying is if I can do it, anybody can do it. Anybody can learn it. It just takes time, right? And here's my chopsticks. There's this restaurant that I go to for lunch. They have lunch specials, and I'll get a takeout and bring it home if I'm driving by. And yeah, they have this bowl with these chopsticks. You get 2 to a package. And I always ask her if I can take 2. Like, can I have 2 of these packages? So now if I go there for a lunch special and take it out, she grabs me 2. Yeah, I told her I don't use these for food. I use them for my crafts. And she said, here you go. And I say, thank you. Yeah, so that's where they are. They just break apart. You have 2 chopsticks, and they're wonderful for these fans. And then later on, after I put this one in, I caught on to the fact, Carol, decorate them. Use up some more of your stash. Decorate those sticks. And see the chocolate loonie? Hunter brought this at the dollar store where nothing's a dollar. You get a whole strip of them. I think you might get a dozen of them. And there are Canadian loonie, a replica of our loonie. And it has chocolate on the inside. And so he left them here. Yeah, so I grabbed 2 of them. Thank you, Hunter. And I put them on that one fan flower or accordion flower. And then I found this jute rope, this rope stuff. And it's from long ago. And I'm going to show you the cover on it. It reminds me of something you would get at Woolworths or Honest Ed's in Toronto way years ago. And I don't even know if Honest Ed's is still there. They used to give out free turkeys at Christmas. There'd be such a lineup there. It was in the West End of Toronto. I was born and raised in the East End of Toronto. But I haven't been back for 92 years. I haven't been back there. So what you want to do here is grab 3 pieces and then knot them at the top and braid. Just braid them. And this is what I'm going to do. It's kind of like an off-white. It matches, actually, if you look at it, right? It matches that trim beautifully. I love the way the dangles hang there. And when I was watching Debbie's tutorial, I really do want to do a lace book. I know it's time-consuming. Maybe I'll do cards in the day and then work on an album in the evenings because I have so much of lace and trim and things of that nature. If anybody has any suggestions of any lace projects you'd like to see, I certainly would love to hear from you in the comments section. And I want to thank everybody recently that has been subscribing to my channel. I certainly appreciate that. And I hope to get some more tutorials, different tutorials up, that everybody enjoys, like stepping out of the box and doing some, I'd like to do that dirty pour. I bought all the stuff for that before Christmas, so I'd like to give that a try with the paint and the pouring. I don't know why they call it dirty pour. Probably because you get yourself a mess when you're doing it, or your craft space a mess. I don't know. Anywho, doesn't that look nice, that braided rope? It's amazing. It just amazes me, the stuff. There's what it was, the package that went around. It just said Amy Applique Craft Cord. Yeah, and it's washable. That's crazy. I know this was from a thrift store. So there's a lot of good finds at my thrift store. I know all thrift stores aren't alike. And we happen to have, oh, there's where I'm putting that cord. Yeah, I'm going to use up that bag that I found. I remember picking these up a few years ago as well at the dollar store. My dollar store where nothing's a dollar, of course. And then the thing you want to watch here, I had to take this one apart, I think 3 times, just at the knot there, because it wasn't the same size as the other's part of the handle. It would be too long, it would be too short, you know. That if you don't measure your cord at the beginning, I suggest that you do that before you start to tie it into a braid, that you measure both of them out. It'll save you a little bit of time. So here we go. I'm just checking out which heart buttons I want to use. I'm going to use my gold thread. Oh, I have this gold thread. It's just beautiful. And I'm going to just put a little bit of gold into it because the word love, that is wrapped with gold and the red. So I thought it would just accent it and it'd be kind of nice. Just checking it out here to make the sides even. If I see it right away, I don't generally come back to correct it. That's why I'll just stop everything I'm doing and correct it at the time. Yes, that's for sure. And whenever I'm in the thinking process, I do my tapping. Yes. And it's that or singing. I just sit there singing. Yeah. So here we go. There's the goal. Oh, yes. And I use these tooth threaders that I used to use when I worked in orthodontics before I retired. We would use these threaders, and we'd suggest these floss threaders. And now they work wonderfully. One pack, you can get them at your drugstore. One pack will last you the rest of your creative time. That one, if you keep a hold of that and you're just threading with it, yeah, you don't need to buy more than one pack, and it's perfect because, I don't know, the hole can be pretty big and I still can't get the thread through it. Especially like a thin twine, right? There it is there. See how that thread, it's kind of like little sections of gold, like it's off and on, that thread. I just adore it. Yes, so here we go. I'm going to thread my floss threader. These are the best. Just to have one just somewhere right on your desk is fabulous for threading anything. I love it. And I'm just cutting it off. Yes. Oh, yes. I've been using these big Tim Holtz scissors a lot too, haven't I? Yeah, I really want to use up everything. Even if I have a small one there, I want to say that I went in my stash. Look at that. Look at that thread. I'm just loving this bag. And I'm going to leave this video at the end of this tutorial about when I made this candle holder. I'm going to go back in an oldie but goodie tutorial and find that one, because that would be a beautiful gift to put for a birthday, for Valentine's Day, or for any kind of day, just I love you day, anything. That candle tutorial, I think you're really going to like it. And it's not a long tutorial. I promise, it's not a long one. It's not as long as this one, I can tell you that. It's just a quick and beautiful project to do it for a gift. So I will put that at the end of this tutorial for sure. And I love that people are going back and finding my old tutorials. Can I say that? Oh yes, here's a package of those Scrabble tiles that I had, nice and thin and light. And I thought XO would be nice because you have the love, which I covered the L. Yes, didn't even think of that. And we have the kiss hug. Just so nice. I think Hunter's really going to enjoy giving these to his teachers. Now, I can't even tell you how long. It's really funny. I think you can relate to me here. When I first started collecting sentiment die cuts, a lot were from Stampin' Up! And whatever. I wasn't doing right at the beginning tutorials, so I never thought to keep the packaging. I would just put them in a plastic container until I had about 10 or 15 sentiment dies, and then I'd move to happy birthday. I'd put them all together. Well, now I can't remember whose die is who. Now I know this is LDRS Creative, the word love. And if that is still over at LDRS Creative, it's at a fabulous price. I'm going to tell you that right now. Those are unbelievable. Yes, their clearance, I always tell you, that is the best clearance you'll find anywhere. So anywho, yeah, so I couldn't remember, like, I think that I'll be able to find the Oh Happy Day. Oh, I wanted to show you this. If you're die cutting a ton of black cardstock, make sure you grab a baby wipe and wipe it down, because if you put a white cardstock over top of this, look at that is like, I think I went through 3 baby wipes and it looks clean, but it's not. That black dye gets right down into your platform, and really it will, well, it'll make a beautiful outline if you want to have an outline on your next die cut. But if you don't and you're using white, well, just wipe her down. Just remember, because when you look at it, it doesn't look, like it's got all black in the grooves, but it does, as you saw there. Now, I did a red because I'm going to ghost it with the red and put the black. I find that black, it's a no-brainer to use anything with black if you're using red, right? You can't match red, so I couldn't put the red on top. It didn't match the red on the bottom. But black looks so classy, and it just has this, I don't know, elegance to it. I really like it. Now let me just see. That's not bad. Now if I were to take the cardstock, which I probably did here, because that's a pretty good match. Maybe that was from a piece of that cardstock. And then I want to make it 3 high. That's what I'm doing here. Now I'm using, right back to my dental orthodontic days, and using my picks, my dental picks. And you can get these online for $1 for 100. Yes, I ended up having a few hundred of them laying around that I had purchased from our drugstore. They have those there. You can look for them there. Then I saw them online in all these beautiful colors for $1. So I broke the bank and bought 5. So now I have like 7, well, probably 600 now of these dental picks. So anywho, yeah, I'll try to leave that link if I think of it. And now I'm going to use some of the Nouveau Crystal drops to outline this beautiful word love. That's 3 high. And I don't know, there's just, it's nice to leave it matte, like to have the sentiment left, in the paper matte. But when you see the Crystal Nouveau drops, the shine this leaves, it's beautiful. And I'll show you the difference. There was something missing here on this shaker. I don't know, doesn't that look like a pink eyeball right in the middle? Sorry, I'm just staring at it, and that's what it made me think of. But I thought it needed this love. And you want to make sure you have it situated the first time, because you're working on acetate, right? So when you slide that, you're going to have some glue, so a dental pick would be perfect to get out the little bits, but it does dry matte, but you do see it on acetate more than you would cardstock. So yes, so now let's move on. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, let's work on this one. I needed to put these beads. Now the beautiful thing about this, thrift store dangle bead necklace is they're tied in between each bead. So if I cut it off, it's wonderful because they're not going to go flying all over the place. It's tied. So that was a bonus. And then I thought, how am I going to make that stick? And this is what I did. my friend from Myrtle Beach, Debbie, hi Deb, she sent me bags and bags of every different colored ribbon. Though right there, see that white? Bags of 50 per bag, I think Debbie put in there. And I got this box full of these bows. I just love them. I love having them in my stash because seriously, there has to be, I don't know, 15 different shades, maybe 20. I've never seen such beautiful bows packaged so beautifully. And so I thought, if I put a glob of glue, hot glue there, and the bow hits the glue, it's going to stick. Because I really didn't know if it was going to stick putting it on the bead, but the double security of having that ribbon there just made me feel good. And then it just had this, I don't know, just bright and cheery 50s kind of vibe to this teacher bag here. And there was something else I was talking about I wanted to share with you. Oh yeah, my glue gun was on cold. And I couldn't figure out why I wasn't burning myself at the beginning of the tutorial. Every time I was putting glue down, I'm thinking, wow, I touched that glue and nothing happened. Then I looked over and I saw that I had it on the cold mode. I don't know, something about me, it has to be hot. I don't know what the cold, I can't even believe that it would stick, but it did. It did, so I boosted that thing up to the hot mode and waited for it. Not because I like burning myself, but to me, it just seems to stick if it's on hot. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I touched it and I'm going, wow, that wasn't bad. You know, like, why isn't this hot? Yeah, I just thought of that while I was looking at it, so I thought I would share. So once I get that down and all of these beautiful love hearts fall down, I'm just holding it there. See? Yeah. From here on in, I knew I was using the hot mode. And by the way, you know my giveaway cards, my 2019 card box that I was going to pick a winner, and the newest one, I'm going to do that. I'll probably pick the winners of both on the weekend. So you know I didn't forget about those. I am going to pick a winner for that and get it out in the mail. We've had such... Oh, we had a blizzard with minus 22, 27. I think we even hit minus 30 degrees with the snow blizzard last week. Now we have this ice storm. So I want to make sure that I pick the winner when I can get it right to the post office and get it mailed out. So I'll be doing that. I haven't forgot. Here I'm just securing it on the top as well, on the bead. Yes, I don't want anything to happen to these little gift bags. And I don't know, it was really hard for me to pick the favorite of these. And I did, oh, this was a piece of heart felt that I found just hanging around somewhere. So I put that down. See, I'm gradually working through my stash. And then I found these heart, well, I put the button in the center because the bright red just seemed to, yeah, get it back there, Carol, the small one. Yes, I did the smaller one. But it was nice to find little doodads just hanging around here, or something in a cup, something in a container, something, I mean, lying on the floor. Not really, not on the floor. But that, I mean, what was I thinking? You can't hide that red button, Carol. Oh my. So here we go. And I love the closure. So many ideas after the fact I thought of, but I just couldn't. You know, I had to get this tutorial up before February 14th and give it a good week just in case somebody, you know, could get some inspiration from it. And here I'm just adding my glue. I just squish it out beside me here when I'm doing, you know, thin die cuts. Because I just take the dental pick and I put it into the glue and wipe it on there in dots. And it's less, you know, it still oozes a bit. I still get a bit too much here and there, but nothing that my Stampin' Up! Pick can't, yeah, take care of. It's funny, I have two of these picks right in the container by me. And then when I was looking for something, I found a brand new one in my stash that I haven't used. Isn't that crazy? They must have been on sale or something. Now we're going to switch back to the accordion flower. Oh yeah, you don't want to be touching this. This was a delicacy for sure. Yep, ouch, ouch, ouch. Ooh, isn't it something how our fingers just get immune to the heat after a while? Yeah, but here we go. And I really like yeah. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yeah, I really love decorating the sticks on this. Oh yeah, see that heart? It was a different color. It was a really yucky greeny pattern on the opposite side. And I just switched it over and used the white side. And it's just cardboard. It's just a little piece I had laying around. I think it was in with my brads actually. And remember brads? I love brads. I have to think of some projects to use them more because I really like them. And oh, I was gonna, did I hide? I think I did hide it with a red heart. Yes, I did. Because the more glue you want to get down in the center to hold this accordion flower together, the better. Yes, don't let go of it too soon. I really noticed that. But I'm going to show you something I really liked. This was 4 die cuts with the LDRS accordion die. And you can see the cut, see on the top, almost directly above in the middle, how it's splintered there. That's because this cardstock is so crazy thick. This 12 by 12 cardstock, really thick. I'm pretty sure this is it, but it could be LDRS Creative as well because their cardstock is super thick and beautiful as well. So anyway, I'm just going to give you a heads up on that. And I just grabbed the hot glue with my pick stick and ran some down that slice and held it with my finger so that it wouldn't break away, you know. And yeah, it was fun working with this. I don't know how many times I had to put this together and then go back. But here you go. Then I'm going to cut out one of these little black flowers to match the, I think this one goes, it must go into that red, bright red bag because I'm adding a matching flower there on this side. And you get to decorate both sides. Isn't that cute? Yes. And here comes my chopstick. I just set it down in there. Small end in, large end at the bottom. And if you think about it when you're doing this, I would definitely decorate before you have it in, I think. I don't know. I think I did here, yes. See? I can even tell what I'm going to think. So I'm going to add some glue and I'm going to twist this up and I'm going to put black and white stripes. Even this took me a while. It was really funny how things work like that. And here we go, another day. I must have stopped because now I'm into red nail polish and red and black. Isn't that funny? It looks like I went in and got this on just because I was working with a red and black teacher bag. Oh, I could have. You never know. I'll never tell. Yeah, I'll never tell. And I see that I have my dental watch on. I ordered this. It has a gold tooth on the 12 mark. And then it has the 2 hands. One is one of the hands is a mirror. And one of the hands that goes around is an explorer. So you have the gold tooth and a mirror and explorer. I was thrilled when I was working and we got a catalog and those watches were in there. And of course I had to order one. But I just noticed I put that on. Yeah, see that gold tooth? You could frame freeze it. I mean, who has a gold tooth with a mirror and explorer? Yeah, unless you're in dental. I can't see why you would have one like that. I don't know. Unless you like going to the dentist or the orthodontist, in my case. Either or. So we're going to clean up the glue, and there's the little baggies. 50 of these bows per bag. Isn't that awesome? Thank you so much, Deb. Every time I see them, I mean, you can always use bows. Always. And they're identically sized. And she didn't use, I asked her if she used a bow maker thing, and she didn't. She just tied them, and they all are the same size. Like, wow. Greatest bow maker I know. Yes. So I did black and white, of course, black and white. And then I found this black twine. Yes, of course. See what I mean? This go into your stash stuff is fabulous. You don't need new stuff. You've got all that other stuff that if you look at it, I'm going to twist this around. I'm just giving a scream out. if you look around your craft room, I know you can create something beautiful. You know, like, yeah, there's nothing new under the sun, the scripture says, and that's the truth. You know, you'll always see new things come about because of the old. They just seem to switch around, you know. It's like clothing. You think that'd never come back, and all of a sudden, wow, there it is again. So, yeah. So in your stash, you'll find all kinds of fabulous stuff, just like the new stuff that's coming out. You loved it then, and I know you're going to love your stash now. I had a wonderful subscriber suggest that she's going to not shop for 3 months, and she wanted to encourage everybody. Could everybody not shop for 3 months? That's what she said on my thing, and I said, I'll give a shout out. That sounds fabulous. If you're going to do that, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know that you're joining me and shop in the stash for 3 months till April 1st. That's all. April 1st, we'll celebrate together that we can buy something. Yeah. So here's what I wanted to show you for that, the pink striped one. I did both of them. So I did 2 accordion die of one pattern and 2 of the pink stripe pattern and put them together. I loved this look. Yes, it matched the bag perfectly. And I love this combination too, the 2 papers together. Yeah, I love this die too, and it's not, this one might be in the clearance as well. I would check it out. I'm going to leave a link so you can just, you know, just press it and off you go to check it out. And I'm going to put, I think, a pink button. There we go. Yes, see? A pink button. And then I'm going to put a black one, I think, on the other side, because I think the other side is white. Most 12 by 12 packs, they're not double-sided, I don't think. It's been a long time since I used them, but I know this is from my 12 by 12 pack. And I think they're always white on the other side. Yeah. The smaller packs, maybe not, but yeah, I'm just cutting out some of the goobies in there. And boy, did I ever die cut a lot of the sentiments, not different sentiments. I did Oh Happy Day, and I did the love, and I did 2 different fonts of happy, one large and one small, but they were very thin die cuts. They weren't thick. And so when you do that, I suggest you run your die through that. If it's not a good, you know, like LDRS Creative dies, they're fabulous because they're Teflon coated. But if you have an older die, just run it through your die cutting machine with a dryer sheet first. And then, you know, it won't be stuck in there if it's a real fine font. Here we go. And here's that beautiful gold sequin pack that I had in the stash. Ooh, yeah. Right down there, not hard at all. Isn't that beautiful? And because I love to get an element of gold in there, it's gorgeous. Yeah, I really like this. I love the shine to it. I'm really hoping that Hunter's Teachers will like these bags and will keep them for something. Or like give them away. It'd be nice if they, you know, if they didn't want them, that they would just repurpose it and give it to somebody else and keep doing that right down the line. I hope it stays intact, intact for them to do that. How's that? So here we go, just adding some more hot glue, making sure that everything is up to standards, and we're going to move along. On the back of this, I'm trying to think what I did. I think I did, I had a lot of the hearts from the love die, you know, the 2 little hearts that popped out of that die. So I wanted to use those up as well, the black hearts. And you'll see I did do that. There's the one, and there's the other one. Isn't it cute? So I think on the back of this gold strand, I put the black hearts. Oh yes, it's raining roses. You can't have Valentine's Day project without roses, right? Yeah. So here we go, black and white. Oh my, I mean black and white. What can I say? And then I just used my Altenew small handheld mini die cutter, and it made it quick and easy. I didn't have to all the time, you know, run it through the Vagabond because it's just one die. So that was nice. It fit perfectly. So if you have a small die cutting machine, you know, a mini, this die will fit through it comfortably. Yeah. So I'm taking the guts out of this, and then I'm going to create another accordion flower. I could have done that all day. They are so pretty. Like projects like this, they are a little bit time consuming, but you know, in the end, it's satisfying. Satisfying projects are nice. I did a black and gray button on the back. I think it's black and gray, like kind of like this, I don't know, melted look of black and gray or black and white. And, oh yes, this was the back of it. So this red and white striped is white on the back, so it made it look like black and white. Now I'm getting it. I'm catching on. And then, isn't that pretty? And that matches that other bag. This is a cute add-on, isn't it? It's just, look at, it's just a cute add-on. I think that's a black button. Or maybe I had that, yeah, I had that flower that I cut out to match it. So that's what that is. And I'm thinking, I want something on top of that. That just looked a little, you know, naked there. It needed something larger. So I put this black and gray button. See, I did know. My mind is going back. And yeah, I liked that. I like the idea of 2 buttons, one on each side. There you go. Isn't that cute? If you could see it, it'd be cute. Get it up there, Carol. Aren't buttons beautiful? I really find them beautiful. Yeah, and all the little cracks in the paper, I did fill it with strands of hot glue so it wouldn't come apart. That would be a terrible thing. Hide your Coca-Cola can there, Carol. Down the left-hand corner. There it is. Yep. And there we go. Let's zoom out and see what we're going to do. So nice. Really pretty, isn't it? And let's see. Am I going to do polka dots? That's nice. I guess I did. Wow. I did use the polka dots. This is recollection. So this was at Michael's. Remember those? Remember. Oh, that drives me crazy when I say member. It's not member. It's remember, Carol. Yeah, I love to buy these little spools. You didn't get, you know, 5,000 yards of it. It's just enough to make a few projects and make you happy. And they weren't expensive either, so that was nice. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Just a whole bunch of prettiness. A whole bunch of fun. Yes, there you go. I think these are beautiful. I'm just holding it together. I think I had to do this, take it off and put it back on because it oozed over top. I do remember. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah, everything doesn't go smooth, does it, all the time? You know, you just can't zoom through a project without anything crazy happening, at least for me anyway. And here we go. I'm just taking my time in the edit to show you that I was sitting there holding it. And yeah, I'm watching it like you, and sometimes you just forget what you did on certain. Oh, there they are, 3 of them. There's supposed to be one more. There it is. I'm not finished with the loony one. I do wrap that, yep, right there. The thick ribbon. No, Carol, the thick one. Nope, that one, right there. I haven't opened that one yet. So that's nice. And I keep all my ribbon in my 60 drawer apothecary. You know, that great big honking thing yeah, so I have all my colors separated in each drawer because there's 60 drawers. So it's quick for me just to go and grab, you know, black and white, or white or blue or dark blue, whatever. Yes, I used to use a lot of ribbon back in the day, obviously, or I used to like to purchase it because ribbon's beautiful. And here we go. Just keep going, Carol. Wrap it and wrap it. Yep. And there you have that one wrapped. Oh yes, I'm putting the little heart, see? And that's on the other side of, there's always so much to do. You know, I like to fill in space. I can't leave anything free of, you know, to have nothingness on it. It's like white cardstock. I've got to cover it all up. There's just something about Could I leave that? No. And I got to use my little hearts all the way down. I just thought this was, I don't know, satisfying. That's the word. This project was very satisfying to me. I can't wait until, until he picks them up and puts all the goodies in there. I was going to make, Stampin' Up! Has these great big, like big dies. They're the large ones, I don't know, 12 inches long. And they have containers. I have two different ones, and they're both, one's a milk container, and I was going to put that in the video so that they could put chocolates. Oh yes, it's heart time. Raining gold hearts. I love that. Look at that. Hearts and hearts. Yeah, I was going to make that so that treats could go in there, but I just, with having to edit this and having to do the voiceover, I thought I'm not going to take any more time. I think this is just, it's nice just the way it is. I don't have to keep adding things inside. I'm sure that my daughter-in-law will buy all kinds of nice stuff for in these boxes or bags to fill it up. And look at that. I do love that. Why didn't I do that? Get back there, Carol. Oh, I was going to put their name on there, like Mrs. K or Mrs. L or whatever. But as I was doing the tutorial here, I didn't have the list with their teacher's names. So I thought, oh, I'll do that later. Then I thought, no, I'm not going to do it at all. Yeah. Oh, here I go. What am I going to do now? Yeah. Let's tap some more and put it in the edit, Carol. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm thinking. Yeah, I do know what I'm doing. I'm thinking. See how the reds are all different reds? That's what I say. Wow. I'm just sitting there thinking, all right, let's go on to the pink. Yes. Yeah. Oh, here's what I said. See? Some of them are in, that's the Simon Says, Oh Happy Day. I did a tutorial on Oh Happy Day. I did a video with a card that was called Oh Happy Day. I have to remember to put all this up. That's an oldie but goodie also. Yeah, and see how I had all of these stray sentiment dies just hanging around in that bag, in that container. So I loved this font, the Oh Happy Day, but the happy's rather small, but that's okay. It worked out for this. And then in that Hero Arts die heart that has the sentiment, that was a Valentine set with the heart, and then it said Valentine, not Valentine's. It's Happy Valentine Day, because that's the only Valentine stamp I have in all of my stamps was that set. And I never used this set. I've had it a few years, I think. I'm pretty sure, and I haven't used it. And it's a Hero Arts, sorry. I hear, oh, there's that happy. That's Stampin' Up, I'm pretty sure. If anybody knows which font die this belongs to, which set, let me know. I think it's Stampin' Up. Yeah, pretty sure. I'm trying to get that to fit on that paper. Oh yeah, it did. Here we go. Back and forth. Look how fast I can go. It's amazing. Yeah, I slowed down right there for you. But it's just forward and back, and I did it about 29 times. Let's go with that. I did a lot of them. There we go. Some more hearts coming across there because I'm putting hearts on there, so we have to have hearts, right? And there you have it. I put that beautiful Love LDRS Creative. I'm going to snap open a Coca-Cola and move right along. Yes. Oh yeah, Coca-Cola. That's my favorite. Oh, it on ice. Yes, nice and cold. I must have had to break into a new case, so I added ice cubes to a glass. Because generally my Coca-Cola is nice and cold. I don't have to do that. So here's that Valentine Hero Arts die and stamp set. Isn't that gorgeous? I couldn't believe when I saw it. When I went to my stash and saw this, I looked at the stamps and saw Valentine. And then the I Love You and Amore and all of the beautiful love stamps. But I thought this was going to cut out in the center. That's why I traced it. Make sure you look at the back of your die. It doesn't cut out. There are no ridges on there. It cuts out beautiful. I don't know why I haven't used this in so long. Watch this. It's just gorgeous. I love it. And I'm going to add, this is going to be another shaker of course. Of course, it's a heart. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I'm going to grow a flower. the odd time, I'll just have time on my hands that I'll plant a flower right in my tutorial. So I am looking for the stamps, I think. Where are you? Yes, that match this die. And I'm pretty sure, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Do you ever wonder how you can lose stuff? Like you just take it out of the package, you turn your head, you come back and it's gone. There's those Doris strips I was telling you about. Those real fine, low strips. And here comes another piece of the acetate that I used from the last die. I'm just going to cut around it with my scissor. And then once I get it cut, I'm going to come in and cut it again just a tad more so that you don't see it on the outside when I use it as the shaker. So I'll put some 1/16 of an inch tape around that heart. I'll place my acetate over top of that, and then I'll put my Doris strips and put that down on top of that vellum. And I love this vellum. This is Stampin' Up! 40-pound vellum from 5 years ago. I purchased this. It's wonderful. You can't see through it a lot, but it is wonderful. Nice and thick, if you like a thick acetate. It's 40-pound acetate, or sorry, vellum. Remember, I always used to get vellum and acetate mixed up. I'm getting better at it, aren't I? And there's my Stampin' Up! Little thing. I had to use that. See, I'm going in my stash. I had to use that one because I've had it for 6 years. Oh yeah. Hearts again. Let's move right along with this heart die. I love it. So I'm going to put my Valentine down. No, I used another sentiment from this. I'm using my Watermark LDRS Creative Versamark pad. It's just like Versamark. And Versamark is just a clear ink that you can put embossing powder over top. It's beautiful. Look at me go there. You only need to pounce it once with LDRS. But it's a habit. You will always be in my heart, of course. Why are you pressing it that hard, Carol? I don't know. I told you, everybody knows I have this heavy hand. I seem to think it's not going to go on there unless I, stand up and press it so hard. Oh, I don't know what is with that, but I do it all the time. And it'll work just as lovely to leave it be. Here's my 1/16 of an inch. Now, yeah, you have to just kind of crease it. I'm sorry you can't see it. I was really concentrating on this. I had to probably hold it up so I could see. There we go. See? Little by little, and you get there. You get that all the way around to hold your acetate on there, right? I think I break it. Yeah, see? I know exactly what I'm thinking when I'm looking at this. Then I'm going to put the acetate on there, and then I'm going to cut the vellum just to have a 1/16 of an inch or less rim around the heart. It looks so pretty. There it is. Now, excuse me. Oh, yes. He always comes at inopportune times, doesn't he? And look at this. I'm going to cut the vellum all the way around. That way I get some fussy cutting in. You know how much I love fussy cutting, right? So there you go, all the way around. So pretty. I really like it. I love this die. I'm going to keep it to the front of my stash so I can use it again. Because you can put any sentiment in there. It doesn't have to come from the sentiment set. Isn't that pretty? Then I'm going to lift it up with the Doris double-sided foam tape. And it's not really that high. But I suggest when you do this, you take the, this one, I took the paper off the top. One side I did, let me just see. Is it, yeah. Or maybe, no, this isn't the one I'm going to show you. This is just to put it down. Yes, this is the 1/16 of an inch double-sided tape. This is to stick it. Then I turn my pokey tool over so I make sure that is really secure on there, right like that. Then I put the Doris on the back of the acetate heart. Oh, get it right, Carol, of the acetate heart. But first, I got out my Nuvo. I had it sitting here, and I thought, why not? You're going in your stash. It's the glitter marker. And this one is called Strawberry Bonbon. Yeah, I just grabbed it to tell you. And then I thought, oh, I have all of the colored, what are they? I'm going to have to get up and grab it. I can't even think of the name. Just a moment. We'll just stop this for a second. I decided to use the green part of the leaves with the Wink Estella 040 green. I had to get up and go look at that. I couldn't even think of Wink Estella. Isn't that crazy? But on the flowers, I filled it in with this cherry blossom color. It doesn't look that pink really unless you move it in the light. It's very pretty. And yeah, why not go the extra mile, you know? Use your supplies. I thought, yeah, there it is. That's the color pink it is. I remember wanting to show you that. And here we go. Shaker, shaker. There's the Wink Estella colors. That thing is from the dollar store where nothing's a dollar. I paid $3 and they spin. See that? I have 2 of them and you can put all of your stuff in there. Yeah, not those. They're not Wink Estella, Carol. Okay. There they are, and there's the green, 040. I had 2 of them. I don't know why, but no, that one's too mossy colored. I wanted a bright green. And then we're going to fill the leaves in, and it's rather different. It's better than leaving it all black, right? I kind of liked it. And it wasn't overwhelming. You know, I don't buy many products in the colors because you really don't use them. You can always add a little bit of ink on a porcelain, let's say bowl or tray, and then put your clear Wink Estella, squeeze it into your porcelain bowl or plate or whatever you have, and then mix it up with the ink and you'll get color. You don't have to buy the Wink Estella colors, truly. Just add ink to your Wink Estella and you have all the colors you want if you have ink. Yeah, you have to have the ink. Yes, it looks like I'm going to have to practice what I preach here because this is wearing out, so running out, wearing out. No, I'm wearing out. This is running out. Yeah, so anywho, it's the morning. It's bright and early this morning. I had to after I had to correct all that stuff with my tutorial going wonky, I just thought I'd wait for a new day and finish up the voiceover. That's just what happens. It's better to do the voiceover, right, when you're in the right frame of mind. Yes. So here we go. Lots of hearts. Yes, lots of hearts. Lots of love going on in this tutorial. So here we go, the dory strips. I love these. I love these for a lot of reasons, and I'll give you 2. Just 2. One, it just covers the edge of something small like this. And did I say 2 reasons? Okay. Covering the outside of small die cuts is wonderful. And if you're just putting a small sentiment, you can just use one, like the Valentine there, or a couple of them, and you're not cutting into your Scotch roll. It's very affordable. I have had these packages forever. I think I ordered 10 of them because they were hard to get. And, you know, every time you go to order it, they're out of stock, out of stock. So when it came up that they were in stock, I thought, yikes, I better grab them. But that was months ago, so I'm okay. Now here we go. These are the Michael small, they're not glitter. They're small, beautiful glitter. It's amazing. I love these. And I hope I show you. I end up putting the opal and the really light green in here. I hope you can see it as I'm doing this. It's so pretty in real life. And save your coupons and get these. I think you get 6 per pack. One is bright, bright colors and stars and hearts and all kinds of shapes. And then you have the bronze, gold, opal, that family, and it's beautiful. So that's at Michael's right here. There it is. See, I knew I was going to show you. They're just glorious. I really love working with these ones. And there's all of the, you know, metallic colors. Just gorgeous. And they always, I see them every time I'm in there. Now, I haven't seen them this year because I haven't been shopping. Oh, let's not get on that, right? So here we go. Valentine, So funny. Everybody says Valentine's, but this is Valentine. So you will always be in my heart, Valentine. Of course, it's singular. It's to one teacher. Why would it say Valentines, plural? Oh, that's just crazy, right? I love this pink one for some reason. And I really like this vintage. This is nice too. When you put the black tissue in there, this is crazy 50s cute, isn't it? Feel like putting on a polka dot skirt. And yeah, and then the one underneath the lips there. Trying to figure out, can I use the lips? No, it's not the right pink. It's hard to get the right pinks and hard to get the right reds. Oh my, yeah. And believe it or not, blacks and whites are not all identical. No, they're not all the same. So yeah, I'm looking to see if I can use some of these dots up. But no, keep the dots away. Now I'm just going to take the Nouveau after I put the Valentine. I'm going to raise that up with the Doris strips. And I'm going to put the Nouveau glue on top where the flowers are. And then I wanted that Valentine to really stand out. Even though I did raise it up, I think it's going to look beauteous. Yeah, look at that. My dental pick went way down into my glue. Yeah, so I thought, oh, I better take that out. Yes, fluttering butterflies. That's my cue that we're getting down to the ending. Isn't that funny? Nobody know why I put it in there. I didn't put it in there just because I wanted pretty butterflies to go flying by. No, it's for my memory that I have about 4 minutes or so to wind down and say what I want to say, right? So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that, you know, for those bags we bought at Michael's, we can use them when it comes time to give a gift. And you know what? A matching little card, even a 3x3 card with the same kind of papers would really look nice if you put it inside here. I might even do that before my daughter-in-law picks these up. There it is. I had to put Valentine on this one. I don't think they're overly done myself, you know. If you're just looking at it when you have black or white tissue sticking out and you have some gifts in there and you have that beautiful accordion flower sticking out. Now, look at this. I thought, I can't do gold here. I mean, everything is silver. Yes, I could. And I thought, look at that. I had a white one. No, I didn't. It's the gold one turned around. It just surprised me. Yeah. It was upside down on my desk and I thought, look at that. It's white. I have one white and one gold. No, I had 2 gold and I turned one over and it matched perfectly. There's the butterflies. Look at that. I didn't even know they, you know, ran together with the butterflies going by, and now I'm pasting butterflies on this bag. And I do think it adds a little something there. And then I'm going to add a little something on the bottom, just taking the glue out. These dental sticks are wonderful. Now I'll put the lid on and we're going to move along because we are heading down to the wire. And I am so happy you joined me today. Yes, I did want to get gold in there. Isn't that funny? There's something about adding a touch of gold on everything. So I cut out the little butterfly there off of the 3 strand. Oh, of course. Oh, I was wondering when an email would come through, weren't you? Whew. Yes. Sorry about that. I do apologize. And if you join me for this rather long, I told one of my friends, I think it was Camille, that the Guinness World Book of Records for YouTube tutorial time is soon going to get a hold of me. My videos are not getting shorter, they're getting longer. Crazy. So here's another gold butterfly from, these are LDRS Creative. I turned that over. I thought, why not? Yes, it's white on the back, and that's all white with me. Yeah. Yeah, it's early. Bear with me. So here we go. So pretty. Yes. And I'm starting to clean up or do something here. But I did, there's the bags. Now, these aren't the ones I used. I wanted to show you the difference. These are the bags you get. Oh, excuse me. Oh, he just comes along at any time, doesn't he? These are the bags you can just get at your dollar store or your grocery store. These are the bags I got from Michael's and cut them down at the top. So it measured 5 across and 7. Oh my, it is time for emails this morning. So I just want to show you which flowers, accordion flowers, went to which bag. I'll set them out. I put some pictures on here for you to view. I hope you really did enjoy this and you got some inspiration today from this to do a little bag and put a little card in there for somebody. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day. Now I'm saying it. It's not Valentine's Day, folks. It's Valentine's Day. I sure had fun creating this for your enjoyment, of course, and for Hunter, for his teachers. I hope you found a little bit of inspiration by watching this and that you will consider shopping in your stash. Just taking a little bit of time out from doing, other shopping and check out what you bought in the past. Like go back and grab a blast from the past and create with it. I think you'll really enjoy the challenge. So here you go. I'm going to put black tissue in them and I'm going to give them to Hunter. So you take care, and as I said, have a blessed week and a wonderful day. Talk to you on my next tutorial. Take care. Bye now.